Recording.
All right. In 3, 2. What's going on, everybody? It is Friday, October 25th, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. I'm your host, Matt Zawoski. They call me Southside Zoe, and with me, as always, Mr. Aldo Soto.
There's only one more person more excited than me that David Ross is the new manager, and that's Yuzo, because he gets to be here for at least 3 years.
Can't wait. I hope they bring back his cereal. And Kevin Fiddler, what's up, K-Fids?
What's up, guys? I'm probably the most excited the fact that we're the only team in baseball that has a manager that not only appeared on Saturday Night Live, but appeared as a male exotic dancer in the sketch that he was in. He also sang, I think, in a barbershop quartet. So we've got a real star on our hand, a real performer.
Triple threat, 5-tool guy.
Didn't he teabag somebody?
He absolutely teabagged a passed out grandma. He sure did.
That's solid. So, as you've probably connected, we're going to talk about David Ross being the new manager of the Cubs. We're also going to talk about my voice changing. And we're going to do Sox Machine's got this great thing that they got going on where people are putting together their off-season plans for the White Sox. They laid it out real nice. So I figured, why not make it a group project and do it with two Cubs fans? So we're going to put together the White Sox off-season plan. Aldo has already traded Luis Robert to the Cubs, but we will figure out how to work around that. So with all that being said, we got a lot going on here. So it's getting cold out there. Bundle up and let's tap this keg. As always, this show is brought to you by SportsMockery, sportsmockery.com. Make sure you're downloading the app. Turn on the push notifications. Be the first to know when Luis Robert gets called up for the White Sox. SportsMockery, sportsmockery.com. Download app. Turn on push notifications. Follow us on Twitter at PinwheelsIvyPod. You'll see all our Twitter handles all over there. And so let's dive right in. My favorite guy in the world, David Ross.
D-Ross.
Grandpa Rossi. Dancing with the Stars, All-Star. David Ross. What do you get, 3 years with a fourth-year option?
Yep. Well, off, who gets, I think, so everyone's just getting that same deal, like you said, so it's like standard practice now. 3-year deal, club option, fourth-year club option. So far it's been Joe Madden with the Angels. Girardi got hired by the Phillies. He got the same contract. Mm-hmm. Ross, of course. There's that Jace Tingler guy for the Padres. I don't know what his deal is, but I'm guessing it's the same.
It's perfect. It allows Ross to win a World Series in his first or second year, and then by the option year, Chicago fans can turn on him and call him an absolute piece of shit. So it's perfect.
I think that's going to be coming sooner than you think, bud.
I don't think Kevin's been on Twitter. He's already. Everyone hated the move.
Which is stupid. Okay,
not everyone, but the majority of people are either laughing at the Cubs or Cubs fans are being like, "Oh fuck, great! It's the same old Cubs again, making these dumbass moves."
Yeah, well, because they're at home mouth breathing, crying about Joe Girardi not being the head coach. Those are the same meatheads. So
don't forget Chris Bryant sucks.
Same guys.
Yeah, same guys.
And Trubisky sucks too.
Well,
wait. That's all guys. My bad. That's all guys.
That's fact. That's fact.
That's not even debatable.
We're just gonna skip that part.
Trubisky is Albert Elmore Jr.
Ooh, that's cold. I've heard a lot of it.
Like his diehard fans on Twitter. That's their proper.
I don't know. I mean, just this David Ross thing is like I saw a lot of Sox fans comparing it to when they hired Robin Ventura. I think it's a little different. David Ross was the leader in the clubhouse when they won the World Series. He already has the respect of the locker room. The question here is, can he separate, being their buddy versus being their boss, basically? And but I know to your approval, although you're pumped, his, I guess, ideology on how to put together these lineups, because that was probably the biggest gripe with Joe before he took off.
So I made that tweet because when you read the quote, it's like the stupidest shit. It's the most obvious. You put your best hitters at the top, your worst hitters at the bottom. But that was a lost concept to Joe Madden in 2009 and maybe the last couple years. But he had there's that interview on Fangraphs from 3 years ago. Talks about all his philosophies if he was the manager, which he's going to be now. And I mean, he loves defensive shifts. To Kevin, loves bunting, loves the sack bunt. So hey,
doesn't love a good sack.
For like the rest of like the mouth breathing meatball fans pounding their fists on the table, you got your small ball. Like so, there you go. Like my reaction, like if he was gonna be Ross, Espada, like it was never gonna be Joe Girardi. Like that they just brought him to be like, all right, like what do you do with the Yankees? What were they doing over there? Espada seemed like the most serious like candidate or like the most serious guy that was competing for it because he's the one who got the second interview with Ross. And like they probably did the same thing. Like, what do you get? Like, because he worked with the Yankees before the Astros too, and it was probably the same things. Like, what are you guys doing in New York? What are you guys doing down in Houston? But I mean, it's fine. It's not like I wrote. It's not the '80s anymore. It's not the '70s. It's not the '90s. It's not the early 2000s anymore.
God knows it's not the '90s.
Being a manager, like, there's so many things that like the front office does with like analytics that like. Guys just aren't making that like many gut decisions during a game. So no. I mean,
and people fail to realize too, like they only saw the outside part of the David Rossi Cubs relationship. They have no idea what went on inside the locker room. That in-house stuff that, as a great, as the Cubs organization has always kind of proven to be, they keep everything in-house. They haven't seen David Ross get into somebody because David Ross is a professional and he chooses to not show up his teammates in public. When he gets into them, he gets into them in private, as you should, as a good teammate. And that's what people don't see. He's such a professional that they assume that he's Mr. Grandpa Rossi. You don't get Grandpa Rossi as a nickname simply for being old. You get it because you're the crotchety old guy in the clubhouse reminding everybody to get your work, do your laundry, tie your shoes. Come on, kids. Let's go. Be a professional. He's the guy that nagged everybody on through. So they don't get that part of it. And that's because it's what you don't see what David Ross does. And a catcher that carves out a career as roughly a 220 hitter, there's a reason. He handles people. He handles egos on the bump. He handles egos in the clubhouse. He even handles egos in the manager's chair. And so that's what makes David Ross, is the fact that he has endeared himself because he knows time and a place. He can get into him when he has to, but when it's time to be silly, he'll be the first one out there to goof off with them. But they know that there's a line. And I think that there's always been that line. That's why, like, again, old guy, young guys. It was a perfect fit as a catcher. He was, in essence, another bench coach. He just happened to be on the field a little bit more because physically he was just, he could still play a little bit. But it's not, that idea that he's soft on these guys, that just tells me that these people that are saying that have no idea what the hell a catcher does in the clubhouse. How does a guy keep his career with that kind of, batting average? Because he is a hard ass. And Joe Girardi is just as big a hard ass. Joe just chooses to be a hard ass in front of the camera as much as he chooses to be a hard ass in the background. And that's the biggest difference. Players don't want a guy to rub about and simply just get in their face right in front of everybody. They want, if they're going to get into him, don't do it to embarrass them. Do it to get a point across. And that's what David Ross certainly does.
In all fairness, some players do like to get rubbed out.
Only if they play for the Patriots.
I mean, I'm serious. Like, if David Ross never... If he never did Dancing with the Stars, if he never went on SNL, if he doesn't have the cereal, if he's not like in all those like after he retired, if he wasn't in all those those Cubs videos on social media doing like the intern thing, if he wasn't like on ESPN as an analyst, I don't know where like this idea came that like David Ross just like came out of nowhere and was never tabbed as like, oh, like, yeah, this guy's gonna be everyone. At the end of his career, was like, this guy's going to make a great manager one day. Yeah, like, oh, man, this guy, there's a thread that, like, went viral, like, in Cubs Twitter. This guy did an interview with him, a separate, like, interview, where he talked to a whole bunch of, like, people that played with Ross, managers. Everything was, like, this guy keeps the players accountable. Always has shown great leadership skills. And I think Chris Bryant quote from, like, 2016 was, like, he's almost like our manager.
Right.
For people, like the only valid criticism I'll take is like the underqualified thing. It's like, again, guys get hired without like 1 second of coaching experience all the time now. That's not anything. The only thing is like if people are like, Theo made a whole big deal about like moving forward and not like, being stuck in like 2016 or whatever. And it's like, all right, well, you're kind of going to like the guy who's like the big storybook ending in 2016. You're going backward. it would be nice to get like a new set of eyes from like an outside perspective to like shake things up that way. Fine. But like everything else, David Ross was eventually going to be hired as manager, and hey, it happened to be with the Cubs, and it's an okay transition. Is it the best hiring? Like, I don't know.
We'll see.
Is it the worst thing ever?
No.
Like, probably not. Like,
I just don't get what the aversion to like. We're only, the Cubs are only 3 years removed from a World Series. They're the same damn roster. What are we still? It's not like it's the '85 freaking Bears. It's the same group.
The Cubs won 95 games in 2018. Like,
yeah. What, do we want to forget that? Do we want to go back to 2011? Let's remember the glory years of rebuilding. Let's do that. And the thing about David Ross too is he's been on a single season interview this entire year. Every time he sits in that booth on an ESPN broadcast and he breaks down the game the way he has, he's actually breaking the game down in a manner that if they were listening, which more than likely they weren't, they were probably swigging their beer, checking their phones, tweeting about God knows what, not listening to the actual nuance of what he's teaching. He has been fantastic on those broadcasts. I mean, you get him, you thank your lucky stars. You get dipshits like A-Rod and you want to like gouge your eyes out and pull your ears off. So, I mean, he's been interviewing. He's been showing his knowledge of the game almost every time every time he's been in the booth. And people just tend to listen, put on the subtitles on your damn TV and listen to a broadcast. He's telling it as it is. Yeah, he's silly. Yeah, he's he's a mediocre dancer. But the fact is, this is a guy that has been showing us since the minute he signed with the Cubs that he is that kind of guy. And look, we want to talk about managerial experience. When was the last time Davey Martinez was a manager? He hasn't. He's been a bench coach his whole damn career. And guess what? He's 2 games away from winning a damn World Series in his second year as manager? Mm-hmm. Second, third, whatever it was. And and the Cubs, honestly, the day that he walked out of that clubhouse and Rossi walked out of that clubhouse, they lost that connect between players and Madden. You're bringing back one of the guys that actually connected the generations who could be just as valuable and just as exceptional a manager as Davey Martinez has been in Washington. So I don't understand. I just don't understand the aversion to, let's celebrate 2016.
Right.
Doesn't mean we're ignoring 2019 or 2020. It's just this is a big part of it.
The last point I want to make on the whole not having the experience or whatever. Like at the end of the day, if the team is good, like they'll be fine. Like David Ross, what's David Ross going to be? That's going to be like so fucking awful if the Cubs have a good team.
That's what I was waiting. I was waiting for you guys to finish, but I mean, all this shit doesn't matter unless Kevin, what they do with the roster.
But Kevin, why is that a bad thing? Like, even if he is a yes man, like, hey, they spent fucking like hours and hours and hours going through things. Like, yeah, like, are people worried that like if John Lester has like a bad start and he's like in the 4th inning and he's giving up like 7 runs, are they worried that David Ross is just gonna keep him in there because he's his best friend?
Some of the best tweets, by the way, this week after he got hired. Brittany Wood, she was talking about it, and then Hamill or whatever, Jason, he was like, oh, yeah, I can't wait for the first time that Rossi has to go out and take the ball from John Lester, which, to be honest, that's fantastic thinking about it because that's probably the only guy that John Lester will probably sort of hand it over to without looking like he's ready to, break your jaw. So I think that'll be a funny little dynamic, but...
And like that's the other thing, like the whole comparison between Robin Ventura. I was trying to look for it. I guess I just didn't do like that great of a job because I couldn't find it. But like, wasn't Ventura kind of just like he was like, yeah, I guess I'll take the White Sox job.
Ventura's like that with everything he does in life.
Like it's not like Ventura was like, yeah, like I want to have like a long manager.
No,
Ventura and obviously he doesn't because after his time with the White Sox, disappeared. Wants nothing. He didn't want anything to do with baseball. So like I mean, David Ross, like you can make
Sox
fun
were
of
a Moneyball crew at that. The Sox were a Moneyball team. So I mean, again, it's a very different dynamic of having a manager in a Moneyball system than it is in the typical traditional system of 2005, 2006, 2007, whatever. Or was it 2010?
I think it was like 11 or something like that. 11 or 12 his first year. And like with Ross, I mean, again, like Mike Matheny. Does anyone consider Mike Matheny a great manager? No, but I mean, he won like 3 division titles, a World Series. Like Ned Yost, everyone makes fun of him for being like a terrible manager. He like had a couple great teams with the Royals, made it to the playoffs with the Brewers a couple times. At the end of the day, if you have a good team, like you have to be. I don't even know what you have to do
to like just completely
blow up a terrible team.
He can't swing the bat. He can't throw the ball. He can't. It's not his job. But the manager. What is a manager worth? Barring a couple of bad pitching decisions, worth maybe 1-2 wins a season, maybe. I mean, motivation is good and all that, but in the end, the players got to do their job. So, and that's his job is to make sure they're doing their job, and that's it. Like the experience and all that stuff. It's about being in this day and age with these kind of fragile egos and the millennial generation now coming in as professionals. It's more about personality than it is about performance. So he doesn't have to, write a great, make these great decisions. He just simply just needs to make them feel good in their own skin, so they walk out feeling confident, so that they don't go out there and shit the bed. And he can do that, but he'll also kick him in the ass, and that's what you want. You want a guy that's going to hug you, break you down, build you back up in a manner that makes you feel like you just got better personally as a human, not just, and that's what I think Madden kind of pulled back on, because there wasn't an ability to connect anymore. As these guys came into maturity and became, guys in their mid to late 20s, they're no longer kids anymore, and they're no longer wide-eyed and kind of like green. They know what it's like now. So now you got to have a whole different type of way to communicate with them. So now you need someone that knows what it's like to be, still connect that old generation, but and be a guy that does like the bunt, and like sacks and putting a sack on old, past out old babies and Saturday Night Live. But you also got to have a guy that can have a good time with them. And this team, isn't good at party, it sounds like. So you want a guy that can have a good time with them going putt golfing. I don't know. The Grandpa Rossi thing kind of fits when it comes down to personalities, and that's what he's really got to manage, just the personalities.
That's fair. I'm good with it. The other Cubs news is
Darvish is great on Twitter. Oh, sorry.
He's all right. Noah Syndergaard actually came over the top and made it even funnier. And then Javi Baez is on the cover of MLB The Show.
And that's wasn't a finalist for a Gold Glove, was he?
No, he was not.
Snubbed again.
Yeah, but you know who was? Lucas Giolito
Yomer
Sanchez.
Contract extension for Yomer.
No, sir.
Before we get to the Sox, the other big news for the Cubs is just Chris Bryant might be a free agent after 2020.
Oh, yeah, shit. I forgot about that.
Another reason for you guys to hate him out there. So
yeah,
he's filing a grievance on behalf of all major leaguers and minor leaguers, but he is the
5 years later, MLB is finally gonna make a ruling on Chris Bryant's original grievance that it's about them holding him down, right?
Yeah. Service time manipulation.
If he wins, which it looks like he very, very, very well will win,
he's not gonna. He's screwed.
Yeah.
No. So come on.
He's gonna lose it, and they're gonna use that as an excuse to criticize him even more.
Nah, people know what it is.
No, so if he wins, he becomes a free agent.
What the Cubs did, what every team has done, except for the White Sox with Eloy, because they gave him that deal, and I think pretty much every other top prospect the teams have done, they kept him down, but technically they didn't break a rule, so they're protected by the CBA loophole.
Such a bad loophole.
It's
a good thing to actually get rid of that. It's terrible.
Right. One of the things is Chris Bryant's right. They did fuck this service time. They fucked with his money because should be a free agent for 2020. But it's they didn't really break a rule. So sorry.
It's and that's up to the Players Association to negotiate and trade and change, and that's what I think will eventually happen. Right. But it's a dumb rule. It's really it's a way for the owners to take more advantage of the players. And again, now we're seeing with the stuff with the minor league stuff, finding every which way to squeeze more dollars pushing upward out of the bottom, and it's unfortunate that the owners are that way. But you know what? Hopefully the Players Association will stand their ground and get this taken care of the right way. But I doubt who's going to win the case, the grievance by any means, because again, you're going to.
Speaking of minor league though, huge news, huge.
The cannon,
the contraction.
The Kannapolis Intimidators will now be known as the Kannapolis Cannon Ballers, baby.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Cannon Ballers, and their mascot is a Italian-looking baseball in a Evel Knievel suit that has a cape.
Why is it not a fat-looking guy doing a cannonball into the swimming pool?
No, because I think this is setting up to shoot a cannon every time they hit a home run and
shooting guys out of a cannon.
I'm not gonna lie, I already was looking at the hat. I want to buy the logos, the balls, dude. It's awesome. I want this hat.
That reminds me of Simpsons when Homer becomes stunt guy.
Yes.
And that's what they need. Zoe, you need to be take a bullet to the gut.
Dancing Homer. Oh, I was gonna be dancing
Zoe. There you go.
Dancing Zoe. I'll dance in the 108. Just get me all lubed up. We'll dance right and we'll go.
Do you take a cannonball
lubed up? I mean drunk.
For every lube
I mean
home run.
actually lubed up. I mean drunk.
Well, I did forget to tell you guys that you guys forgot. And Zoe, I totally did. My apologies, Father Zoe. I forgot to remind you guys. You're supposed to refer to me as Reverend Fiddler this entire podcast.
Yes. Because this is a very holy podcast now because we have Reverend Kevin Fiddler. He is now what church?
Universal Life Church ordained minister for my cousin's wedding in Georgia this weekend.
Boom.
I'm going to wear the clergy badge
I'm referred to as Father Zoe, not one of those creepy fathers, but like a good father. So we got some holiness on. So, really? I heard Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball, but we'll work on that. So let's get into this. Again, shout out Just Nelson and all the good guys at Sox Machine. They put this together every year. This year it's really blown up on Twitter is people putting together their off-season plan. And I mean, they've made this pretty dummy-proof, so everyone can go and submit their own. So
we're going to test those limits.
Yes. So knowing that Jerry Reinsdorf is a cheap mofo, they have told everyone that they need to keep their spend for this season at $120 million, which is hilarious for a major market team. But it makes sense. It makes everyone be realistic. It also makes some people put some contracts in there that are very unrealistic. And I've also seen some really shitty trades, and I've seen some really good creative out-of-the-box stuff. Shout out P. Knowles. Really liked his team he put out today, having Charlie Blackmon coming to the South Side to be the DH. What's up? So let's just kind of go down the line here. You got to start with your arbitration-eligible players. This is going to take some thinking here. The first
hold on. Before, just to give everyone an idea of why Zoe's like pissed off about the $120 million budget and how like just bullshit it is for Jerry Reinsdorf for that to be the limit. That would rank as the 20th payroll in 2019. 120 million.
And do you see what I'm saying? And like the shitty thing is they put that number out there and everyone's like, yeah, it's probably right. Like no one, you know what I mean?
And the reason they did that because that's the highest payroll the White Sox have ever had, and that was like in 2008 or something.
And I forget what God damn it, we're gonna make this work. All right, we're gonna make this work. So we got to do our arbitration eligible players. The first one up is Alex Colomé.
Ooh.
And now he's going to cost you 10.3. Now, he's been a solid player, definitely kind of an up and down season, more up than down. I'm going to go ahead and say we tender him.
All right.
And I like saying the word tender. So we're gonna tender him.
Now, is he going to remain your closer?
Hopefully, ideally for $10.3 million he would be, but we'll see how that goes. Could be a good trade piece too, though, at the deadline. Or now, who knows? But his trade value is 0 according to this trade simulator that everyone's using right now. So the next one is Gold Glove nominated Yolmer Sanchez. $6.2 million.
Yeah, baby.
No.
Defense wins championships, though.
Non-tender. Next one is All-Star James McCann for only 4 points. That's a steal. We're going to tender him. All right, now this one has gotten a lot of debate, and I'm really curious as to what you guys think about this as outsiders looking in. Carlos Rodon, $4.5 million. Pretty cheap for a starting arm. But
Tommy John?
His 3 seasons in Major League Baseball, if you put everything combined, he's played 2 because of injuries. And this dude literally had blood in his muscles because the Sox training staff did not call it, and he tried to pitch through it. Now, they said the earliest he can come back is like July. So, for $4.5 million, is that worth it?
Hey, soak what you can get. He's a Scott Boras guy, so.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
When is his arbitration up?
2022. He's a free agent, so he's got 2020 and then 2021.
Mm-hmm. $4.5 million. That's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's why that was the only reason I was surprised that like I did see like a lot of Sox fans being like, yeah, like you can just cut that. I don't know. I just like keep it around. Like that's can't ever have too much pitching. I mean,
for a couple $100,000, that's not a big. That's
because of
not
that sentence right there. You can never have too much pitching. I say it's worth just keeping him until July. Just why the fuck not? When he comes back, if he can throw, he can throw. If he can't throw anymore, you eat $4.5 million.
Like, yeah, because that's the thing. Like, $4.5 million shouldn't be the difference between like the Sox like doing something big or not next year. So, yeah, keep around.
All right, we'll tender Carlos, and then the next one is Leury Garcia. You gotta tender him. He does everything. For $4 million.
What's his? Oh yeah,
155 this year. So he's arbitration. I mean, yeah, really gonna get.
Yeah, he's a solid utility guy.
Yeah, he can play shortstop. That's a big thing too with Yolmer. Like, yes, I fucking just hate Yolmer Sanchez, but another reason why I would keep Garcia over Sanchez, there's a $2 million difference, and Garcia can play shortstop where Yolmer can't.
Oh, that's a $3 million difference, bro. I mean, he's a 155.
Well, no, they have him in this exercise. They have his tender at $4 million.
Yeah, for arbitration, you mean? Oh, yeah. 2020. Gotcha. My bad.
But I'm just saying, Garcia can play outfield. He can play shortstop, second base. He could just cover a lot more, and he was a little bit of a better hitter. So
hey, didn't he have like more hits than Mike Trout? So there you go.
And he had more hits than Mike Trout.
People forget that Larry Garcia had more hits than Mike Trout.
Holy shit! How have we not gotten these shirts made yet? Yes, Garcia had more hits than Mike Trout. The next one is Evan Marshall for 1.3. You got to keep that.
He is great.
He was above average bullpen arm for 1.3. The next two I'm going to cut bait with Josh Oshish.
That guy kept being in games. I'm like, why is he still with the Sox?
Yeah, he's a non-tender for $1 million. And the next one is Ryan Goins for $900K. I'm going to put him on non-tender. They could probably re-sign him on a minor league deal.
Remember when Ryan Goins was like the best Sox player for 2 weeks? That was great.
It wasn't 2 weeks, all right? It was like a week. So let's add that up real quick.
Wait, John Jay. You forgot Mr. 305.
He's free agent.
No, we're not there yet. He's he's a retainer let go. This is just tender, non-tender players.
Oh, okay.
So Calamine, 4.9 for him. 4.5 plus 4 plus 1.3. So that's it. Ooh, good for us. This is gonna make math a lot easier. So that's $25 million right there.
All right.
All right, so we still got 95 to work with. So 25 million. All right, so club options. This is hilarious. I can't even type this with a straight face. Club option, Wellington Castillo, $8 million to keep him, or a $500,000 buyout.
Bye.
Yeah, that beef's cooked. I'm actually gonna write that.
Buyout.
Bye. All right, impending free agents. Now, do we have to retain them or let them go? First one up, Jose Abreu. You both know I'm going to say keep him. So now, I don't think
that's even everyone's already said he's coming back.
So I'm saying 2 years, 30 mil, third-year option.
What's that third-year option?
Where is Vaughn at though? Do you really? I mean,
in 2 years though. So you get Jose for 2 years.
What are you gonna do with Abreu as your DH, Collins as your DH, Eloy as your DH?
Hold on, we still got trades to make, bro.
You're gonna trade Eloy? Oh,
no, I'm gonna trade Collins. Anyways,
that trade manager has. Hey, look, you get a David Bodie for an Eloy. Trade analyzer says it, and a Kershaw just because he's
Eloy's cheap because of his deal.
So for Jose Abreu,
he's available.
2 years, $30 million with the third-year option. If and when your boy Vaughn, I always hear his name like the Beastie Boys. If and when your boy Vaughn starts tearing the cover off the ball and he's forcing their hand to call him up, Jose just becomes a permanent DH, and Vaughn is your first baseman. That work?
Okay.
All right. Next one, hate to say it, I'm just letting this guy go here. Ivan Nova, he made $9.1 million last season. I don't think we need to keep him.
No.
Bye. The next one is hilarious, and it's John Jay. Seriously, bye.
Why don't you want to keep John Jay around? Professional hitter.
Fuck out of here. And then
remember John Jay got hurt like in the last week or like the middle of spring training, and then like no one ever heard of him until May, and people were like, what happened to John Jay?
It was terrible.
Like no one knew what happened to him.
All right, and then the last one is Hector Santiago. He made $2 million last year on a split contract. I'm going to say you let him go, and worst case scenario, you offer him a minor league deal.
Give him a Cannonballers t-shirt.
Yeah, get him on account of the Cannonballers. So basically there we just added 15 mil to our 25. So that leaves us with $80 million for free agents.
Wait, did you already take into account how much money you're already paying guys for 2020? You have to take that away.
No, that's not. So you have 120 just for this.
Ah, okay.
The White Sox payroll is like $15 million.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. Like maybe you can only spend $105 million.
Oh, I don't know. The way I got it is you just.
So you got it at 135 then.
No, fuck. Yeah, all right. So yeah, that's fine. So free agents.
So cut it first, for you then. No, kidding.
Right, you have to cut 50.
Perfect. The first free agent that I would like to get, because he's very nice, we need a bullpen. So I want to get Will Smith.
Nice. How many years?
He's not the youngest guy in the world, but it's strong right hand. What's up?
He's the youngest, best free agent reliever. I think he's like 30. That's like the best and youngest guy.
Yeah, 30 years old. Last year he made. Well, let's see. Can we get him on the? We got a lot of different things up here. So, Sportcheck has his market value at 8.1. So let's throw 2 years, 16 at him.
You're the Sox, though. You got to pay a premium for free agents.
What? No. Will Smith. All right, then why don't we go? I see what you're saying, though. I actually agree. 2 years, $20 million.
All right.
There's two relievers making $10 million. Fuck.
Maybe just cut loose with Colomé and make Will Smith your closer.
That's not a bad idea.
And then you also have Bummer. He could be your closer too if you don't want Will Smith as your
closer.
We'll
go 3 years, $30 million for Will Smith. That works, right? Yeah.
3 years, 30, yeah. $10 million.
And then I'm going to go back up here, and we're going to non-tender Colomé.
Oh, he gone.
Oh, just like we're wheeling and dealing, baby.
Just with the scalpel. Just with the
scalpel.
Another memory. Now that you've cut him loose.
When I keep trying to pronounce his name and I butcher it every time. Other free agents. Let's go ahead and get us a pitcher. Realistically, we're not getting Garrett Cole. I mean, let's just call it what it is.
Calling it now, he's going to the Angels.
Yeah, it's not. He's going to the Angels. He wants to go back to LA. I really just don't want Strasburg. Is that weird?
Oh.
Don't want him. Looked good in the World Series.
I mean, he's looked good his entire career.
Yeah, I just don't see him leaving Washington, and I don't know.
That he's gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, so I kind of want to go. I think Zach Wheeler's the target.
All right, how many years?
All right, so Zach Wheeler's market value right now, according to SportTrack, is 23.4.
All right.
So do we give him 2 years, $50 million? 3 years, 75?
Oh, going short term, but more. How old is he? 29? 28?
Okay. Zach Wheeler is 29 years old.
Well, I don't think he's going to settle for 2 or 3 years, so I think you're definitely do more.
Okay, so
I think you have to give him at least 4.
4?
I think. Oh, that's the thing. Who knows? Like, free agency is so fucked right now.
Right.
Okay, I think at least 3. I don't think he's going to do a 2-year deal.
All right, so we'll go Zach Wheeler. I like the 4-year. Let's just go 4-year, a cool $100 million.
All right.
Keep him at 25, so that's giving him above market value. I dig this. 4 years. Ooh, 44 years. 4 years. $100 million starting pitcher.
Get crazy though. Like defer some of that money to 2050 or something.
We're not the Nationals, dude. Is Grandal a free agent? No. Yes?
He has a mutual option, which he's probably not going to take because he had a great fucking year.
Right. So Grandal's going to be my third and final free agent signing. So what is he going to cost? Shit.
Well, I think he's going to want... I forget what deal he turned down from the Mets. I think it was like 4 for 64 or something. And he took like I think it was technically a 2-year deal, but like it's only 1. He's gonna opt out.
Having him and McCann as your catchers, that's a hell of a 1-2.
Well, I mean, if you have Yasmani Grandal, he's gonna be your starting catcher
for sure,
and first baseman. When you would just want to braid DH,
right? And also,
and he could DH when you want a 5th DH.
Let's call it what it is. McCann isn't getting younger, and I don't see him having the same kind of season again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like that's the other thing.
A lot of people break out at that age.
We don't know what baseballs they're going to use, so who knows about all these guys?
That's true.
By breakout, I mean in shingles, but that's different.
What are we paying Grandal?
What did you make in 2019?
Oh shit!
I think it was like 18 or 17. By the way, a reminder: the qualifying offer this year, and that's what teams can give to free agents. And it's only a 1-year deal. I think it's like 17.3 million.
Grandal made. Seriously, that's it. He made 16 mil this year.
Oh, and then he has like a buyout, so it's like 18 million total.
Yeah, so he would make 16 mil next year. So I think we gotta give him 20. Let's lure him to the south side.
So how many years?
Let's go 3 years, 60 mil.
Like it, love it.
Deferred or non-deferred, like a Nationals contract? Oh.
Years, 60 mil. All right,
I think that their World Series, if they win it, should be deferred, by the way.
All right, so shit.
Get their rings in 6.
Oh, man, did you go over already, Zoe?
Fuck no. Hold on, I got to redo my math here.
Yeah, don't overdo it, and then you're stuck with, like, signing some guy that, like, literally is league minimum, and he's,
You already took away Colome's $10 million, so don't forget about that.
I know, that's why I got to redo all this shit. So that's 14.7.
Oh, yeah, by the way.
Jose's getting 15.
Something that some people are going to have to get used to, starting in 2020, teams are going to have a 26-man roster. So, got to count for that too, Zoe.
Yeah, you got to take it down, right?
What was that?
20. All right, so right now, Right now we're at 84.7 million.
84.7 plus 15. So you only have 20 million left, Zoe.
And how many spots now?
No, all right, so that's it. Like, that's our free agent.
Wait, so who's your roster? How many guys do you have so far?
Well, hold on. Let me get a roster going here. Catcher, we got Grandal.
You can bring in mannequins. They're cheap.
And McCann.
First base, we got Abreu. I can't spell. Fuck me. Second base, we got...
Lurie / Madrigal.
Yeah, Lurie / Big Dick. Magic Stick. Shortstop, we got TA. Third base, we got Yo. Left field, Big Baby. Center field, Robert.
/
Right field, Jock Peterson.
How you getting him?
Oh.
We're gonna trade for him.
Are you sure you're not gonna mess up Rick Hahn's negotiations?
Don't give a shit.
Don't ruin it 2 years in a row.
DH.
Everyone.
Who else we got to DH here?
I mean, you can technically put mechanic catcher Grindal at first, Abreu DH.
Or do we need to sign another free agent?
Kind of sounds like you do. You need left-handed. You don't have much left-handed hitting there, though.
Well, right. That's why we're getting Jock Peterson.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Jock.
Yeah, that's in the trade part, so we're getting there. So let's go to the old trade simulator right now, because this is what everybody's going off of. So White Sox get, Dodgers get. All right. Dodgers are giving up Jacques. He has a value of 12.1.
And you don't think that Reinsdorf's going to sack up and try and go out and land like a JD Martinez as a left-handed bat?
A lot of people do. I personally don't think JD's going to leave Boston, but a lot of people think he is, and if he is, they think he's coming to the White Sox because they'll pay for him.
Trade for JD Martinez?
No.
Oh, okay.
And right now, JD's
right? He's got an opt-out.
Yeah, his market value right now is 23.7. So what does Sox give him? 2 years, 50 mil?
I mean, if he opts out, I'm guessing he wants more money than he's guaranteed. So isn't he guaranteed like 3 for 60?
No, he's guaranteed right now 23.7.
No. His current deal with the Red Sox.
Yes, 23.7.
3 years, 62.5 on the table still.
Yeah. So
no. So this year he made 23.75. Next year 23.7. 2021 19.3. 2022 19.3.
Yeah. So he's gonna. So he'll want to up that at the base.
Yeah, but he's gonna want more than 62 million. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think he's gonna opt out though.
Yeah, that one's tough because like how many teams are out there that are gonna pay him? Because he's a
32.
primarily a DH, so that cuts like half the league.
Average outfielder.
Yep, below average outfielder.
That's what they said about Castellanos though too. Could be the ballpark.
Yeah, it depends. Like if our guaranteed rate field, smaller ballpark, it's not that huge in the outfield.
Huge. Humongous big.
Put your baby hands next. Never.
How many players you got, Zoe? So you got Jock. Oh wait, no, we gotta finish this trade.
Yeah, so I'm working on it right now. So we're trading Carson Fulmer.
Pass. Veto. Unrealistic.
Trade
we'll throw Stever in there. Stiever. People are big fans of him in White Sox Twitter land. I just can't pronounce names.
His name lately.
And then, you know what? Because he looks like he should play on the Dodgers, we'll throw in Steele Walker.
He's got a great name, though, too. So
You're going to trade away that name?
I know, on a side note, too, while we're talking about the Dodgers, what do you do if you're the Dodgers in this offseason? Like, do you change anything? Like, you just kind of shit the bed against the team that's going to win it now, but do you change anything? You were the best team in baseball a majority of, the best team in the National League, at least for a majority of the season. Do you change anything? That's just a weird place to be.
The first thing you do is you trade
Jock Peterson to the White Sox.
Yes. Dunning,
for your starter, Carson Fulmer, and then...
No, I got Dane Dunning, Fulmer, and Steele Walker for Jock Peterson. Validate trade, accepted. Boom.
All right.
Cubs fans would want the Dodgers to blow it up. Like if they
feel like you get more for. Oh man, if Dane
stop thinking about 2019.
If Dane Dunning never got hurt, he could get you like someone better than Jock. But he got fucking hurt, and now you don't really know what he is. That sucks for the Sox.
Mm-hmm.
But that's solid. They take that. He's like he was a top 100 prospect.
I legit think Steele Walker's going to be good.
I know about it. Cool name though. I can see it. Cool name. Name plays.
Very, very good head of hair. Like really, the kid
Hollywood hair, would you say?
Serious flow. So let's look at our. All right, so pitchers. Oh, we still need to find a DH out there too. You guys work on that while I get our pitchers here. Got Giolito, Wheeler, Cease, Lopez.
I mean, Puig out there this year? Is he a free agent?
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Since you're making us look for DHs, you're gonna get what you asked for.
I'm nervous. Dude, someone had a plan where they signed Hunter Pence. He's very old.
Guys, let me tell you, there are not a lot of great DHs available.
No, Josh Donaldson's the one I want.
He's not gonna do that. What are you gonna sign him to?
I don't know. What's he?
Didn't he just he had like a 1 year, $25 million deal, and then he was an all-star. He wants a long-term deal. You're gonna move Yo-Yo? He's not gonna want a DH.
He might. He's not getting younger.
Yeah, but this is his last chance at a big payday. He's like 32.
He's 33.
Yeah, exactly. He just had one of his best years.
Yeah, he signed a 1 year, $23 million contract last year. I got money. I could get him.
Okay, here we go.
Puig is out there.
The two best options for DH both have a club option, so that's probably not going to happen. The Sox should have signed Nelson Cruz because that guy just hits home runs.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna leave Minnesota.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like they needed to sign him this last offseason because he's not gonna leave. Yeah.
The other big trade that people keep making is for the Pirates Marte.
Starlin Marte, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what we'd have to trade for him.
Zoe, it's fine. You already have a DH.
Ooh.
Abreu.
Then who plays first?
Grandal.
Ooh, I think the Arizona Fall League will decide that, though. He's playing in the Fall League, correct?
No.
Yeah.
He's not.
No? Oh, no, he's not.
He's playing. He's doing that. He's going to be playing in the Olympic qualifier.
Oh, okay. Marte's trade value is 16. I can figure this out. Hold on.
You already traded Dunning and Steele Walker and who else, though? And Fulmer, so...
Yeah, so now I trade Rutherford.
I don't get how some of these values don't make any sense to me because Blake Rutherford isn't worth.
And Gavin Sheets.
Both of those guys.
Yeah.
That's it? That's all it takes for Starlin Marte?
We're a little short. We need a 3. Who's a 3?
That's the problem with the White Sox. You guys have
Beard
value guys, and then it drops off.
Wait, yeah, who? I know. Beard. He's a kid they cut. They
never heard of him.
He's just got drafted. Yeah, he runs he's very, very fast. Very fast. So Pirates and the White Sox. Yeah, I think this trade's happening, guys.
So what's he gonna play?
Oh yeah, that's true. If we got Jock.
Yeah, what are you gonna just leave Luis Robert in the minors the whole year? No.
Who's a better defender, Jock or Marte?
I want to say Marte, but I'm not positive on that. Well, okay, who's more affordable? Like what? When are they a free agent?
Okay, let's look at that.
Well, I think they're both. Actually, I think they're both free agent after 2020.
So Jock he's up for ARB 3.
Oh yeah, you also have to look at his projection, his arbitration projection.
Yep, and then he's a free agent in 2021. That's not good.
Starling Marte has options for 2020 and 2021. 2020 is $11.5 million. 2021 is $12.5 million.
Yeah, so I think Marte is actually the better. Is Marte a lefty?
No.
No, see, that's why I want Jock, though, is I want the lefty bat. Or do we trade for Marte and then sign JD Martinez?
You could. Do you have the money?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, so we'll change Jock here to
at least what, 25 million? If he opts out, he's gonna want like 25 million.
So we'll trade for, instead of Jock, we'll go for Marte.
Oh man, that was a close one. You almost lost Carson Fulmer.
No, he's still in the deal. The same exact deal we were doing. Same exact deal we were doing for Peterson. We're doing for Marte. All right. So, how much are we signing JD for?
JD Martinez?
Yeah.
So say like at least
23, 25 probably.
So over 3 for at least 70 million.
3 years, 70 million.
Yeah. 70, 75. Yeah. Maybe with a 4th-year option.
What's 72? Just make it 72 million because that would be what 20.
3 years.
4 million.
72 mil. Oh, I like this team. This team's getting all sexy on me. All right, what's 72 divided by 3?
24 million.
All right, so we had 84.7 plus 24. We're at 1. Oh
no.
108.7.
Okay. Do you have a full roster?
I think so. Hold on, we're still working on that.
Remember, you have to add the 15 million. That's already on the payroll.
You're over. All right. No, I'm not. Our bench is McCann, Garcia. Who else is still on this fucking team?
Adam Engel? You haven't cut him loose.
Nope.
He's your bench guy.
Look. We got Polka. We got Cordell.
Oh no. You better hope no one gets injured.
We got Tilson.
Oh no, Tilson's gone, buddy.
Oh, we got
gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. We got Mendick though. I like that guy.
Yeah, that's the other backup infielder.
So you'll have Mendick and Big Dick Nick. You've got a really Johnson-friendly team.
Oh, always, buddy. Always. And then we'll keep Polka on. Fuck it. Let's get
That means you have to bring Gary Gaetti on staff.
How many DHs are on this team?
Enough.
It should be as many as you can get, really. You should gun for like 7 DHs.
So then we got Giolito, Wheeler, Cease, Lopez, and Kopech. And then who's our bullpen? Shit.
Good description, actually.
Yeah, exactly. Bummer.
Will Smith.
Yep.
Ooh.
Bummer. Will Smith.
Maybe Will Harris.
Fry.
Evan Marshall. Herrera.
Tanner Rourke, right? Isn't Kyle Gibson, Michael Pineda? Those guys are out there too, aren't they?
I don't think so has any more money for a big reliever.
No, we don't. Cordero and Ruiz.
All right. They throw hard.
All right, so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. We got room for one more.
One more. What's your payroll?
We're at 108.7.
I got a name for you.
But what about all your bench guys and your relievers?
Chasen Shreve.
Well, that's already included. They already got the 15.
Got a lefty?
Oh, okay.
I like that. I would love to have him. Even more excited to have him on the show.
Pretty soon here, actually. I think he's like trying to like stop people from using straws or something to save the tortoise right now. But when he's done saving the environment,
send him that video. Did you see Trevor Wallace's new video about turtles and straws? Turtles.
Like Blake Bortles hanging on the beach with a towel over his.
Let's throw someone else in the pen. let's get crazy with Manny Bonetto.
Manny Banuelos?
Yeah.
Is he still around?
He was hurt, so he's gonna come back.
All right.
Shout out Mr. Delicious, because that's just dude.
I do remember that. Hey, he looked really good against the Orioles, those two starts. Those 2 outings.
Yep. All right, we got a squad, boys.
All right, run down your roster and how much they're
Catcher, Grandal. First base, Abreu. Second base, Lurie until Nick gets up. Shortstop, TA. Third base, Yo-Yo. Left field, Eloy. Center field, Robert. Right field, Starling Marte. DH, JD Martinez. On your bench, you got McCann, Lurie Garcia, Mendick, and Polka. Your starting rotation is Giolito, Wheeler, Cease, Lopez, and Kopech. And your bullpen is Bummer, Will Smith, Fry, Marshall Herrera, Cordero, Ruiz, and Manny Bananas.
80 and 82, all right.
Yep. And one. And
I mean, that offense is fucking great.
That offense is fire, dude. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that gets some.
Still no lefties though.
JD Martinez.
He's not lefty.
I thought he was. Fuck.
Oh
no, I fucked that up. Oh,
too late. You signed the deal.
You were thinking JD Drew. Probably sign him. He's probably free.
Okay, now you gotta do a sign and trade. You gotta trade JD Martinez now.
Fuck, we need a lefty bad. Dude, they got Rendon's value at 32.4. He's definitely gonna make more than that.
Oh yeah.
The thing with him though, I think he's gonna be 30. So it's not like he was like Machado and Harper where he's in his mid-20s. That's the only thing that's going to hurt him.
He's 29 right now. Yeah, he'll be 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's a good foundation. I'm going to have to look at this. I'm going to have to figure out how to get a lefty bat in here somehow.
Just undo the Marte trade and get Jock. That's basically the only difference.
Yeah, that's actually what we're going to do. All right, fuck it. God damn it. Back to Jock. Reasoning, we need a fucking lefty. All right. I'll submit this tomorrow. All right. You guys got anything else you want to add before we wrap this up? That actually brought us right to the hour.
I mean, what do we got going on? Is there anything big this week other than just World Series? What do you got left? Yeah.
Yeah, Nationals are doing work. Adam Eaton's still a douche canoe.
Scherzer's still motherfucking everybody under his breath on his delivery. It's fantastic.
Suzuki still kills Verlander. Such a weird thing. Baseball's so fucking weird.
Did you see that? What was that dance they did in the dugout, too? The handshake with Kendrick.
Oh, yeah. I don't get what the hell the Nationals do in the dugout after a home run.
Yeah, they do some weird shit, dude. But, yeah. That's about it. Stay tuned. I mean, after the World Series, we're really going to deep dive. We should probably do one of these off-season plans for the Cubs next week.
Mm-hmm.
We have to decide a number for their payroll.
Yeah.
All right, we'll work on that this week.
Double the Sox.
Exactly.
Hey, in the process of that, though, we do have to pretend and cry like we're poor and that we can't actually get that number.
But then when things spend $1 million on a reliever,
yeah, just wait halfway through the broadcast, and then we can actually say, "Oh, wait, we found 20 more million."
Yeah, here's the thing, though. As much as we'll say that, because I think the Cubs had spent $240 million this year, but so for 2020, I think they have 150 committed to 8 guys. So it's gonna be kind of tough at the end. It shouldn't be, but
right. You invest that much, what's another $10-15 million anyway?
Yeah. All right, but yeah, we can put this together. We'll do one for the Cubs next week. Fair is fair.
So let's put it at $240 million that they'll spend.
It's probably right. Yeah.
That's what they said. They said they're gonna have a high payroll again.
Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. All right, Kev. Good luck being a reverend, and make sure you guys follow us Twitter at PinwheelsIWePod, and then hit us up if you guys want to touch on any topic. As we found out last season, there's always stuff to talk about, so we'll keep pumping out these episodes.
Send in your trade proposals.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. We're a big fan of going to that tradevalues.com or whatever, making up some super realistic trades. Yeah. So for Reverend Kevin, for Aldo, I'm Zoe. We'll see you guys next week.